I'm Jay Porter, and this is Mrs. Jay Porter. We fight for truth, justice, and the right to wear spandex. She's been my wife for 42 years. People ask me all the time how we've done that. I give the most logical response I can. You haven't seen me naked. And didn't have to laugh. So anyway, she's performed with me before, but it's been a year and a half. She suffered a sports injury. She tore her knee meniscus walking across the lobby at church. So we're going to discuss two controversial subjects this evening. First of all, may the fourth be with you. Now, first subject, which is cooler and which is more realistic, Star Wars or Star Trek? Well, first of all, Star Wars has a date. There is no star date for Star Trek, right? And Star Wars, they have robots. No robots in Star Trek. I don't want to live in a future where I don't have a robot to clean my toilet. Right? We're going to talk about realism. The government in Star Trek. The United Federation of Planets. An institution to bring together all the worlds in harmony. They even have the prime directive not to interfere with other planets, as opposed to Star Wars, the Imperial Senate, a corrupt institution with incompetent, greedy people, ran by an evil emperor, getting them involved in a forever war. But I don't know how that's real or not. But anyway. So anyway, just bringing it up, since it's mostly a ladies' audience here, two young men. And you may, anyway, one young man says, you want to come back to my place and see my lightsaber? Or the other young man says, want to come back to my place and I'll bring my red suit out of the closet? And the young lady's going, I don't know what else he's got in the closet. Okay, enough for Star Wars. Broke that out here. But now, the true subject I wanted to discuss this evening. A subject that's been controversial, not controversial enough. I want to talk about the dangers of alpacas to our communities. So a lot of people think that alpacas are cute. That alpacas are cuddly. That alpacas are fluffy. And alpacas are woolly. When in fact, alpacas are evil, addictive, manipulating, mammals of mayhem. Now, you may ask yourself, how does one get involved in the seedy world of alpacas? You go to a local agricultural show or a fair. You meet what seems to be a nice person, and you pet the alpaca, their fluffy wool. You talk with them. You discuss. You talk about alpacas. You take home the brochure, and then you determine that you can have an alpaca. And soon, a baby alpaca is delivered to your home. That we call the gateway alpaca. Soon that alpaca grows up. He's lonely. He's listless. He's horny. So what he needs is a mate. So that means, guess what? More alpaca. Now, alpacas are going to do what alpacas are going to do. And then you end up with, that's right, even more alpacas. You start traveling around and showing your alpacas. People tell you how great your alpacas are. What a great alpaca owner you are. These people are known as alpaca enablers. Now, people don't realize how expensive alpacas are to keep. Alpaca blankets, alpaca saddles, alpaca shampoo to keep them fluffy. And you really don't realize yet that you have an alpaca problem. Soon you're not satisfied with a standard grade alpaca. You're not getting off on your alpaca. You're no longer getting that alpaca buzz. That's when you need to start selling alpacas and buying them, and you become an alpaca dealer. Changes have to be made. Financial sacrifices. You meet with the family. You tell them no trip to Disneyland this year, because you're taking a road trip to AlpacaCon. Soon you need full-time alpaca companionship. You take your emotional support alpaca to your local Safeway, and then you hear the shameful words over the announcement, alpaca cleanup aisle 8. You come home. Your wife and children are in the garage. They're knitting alpaca underwear for sale on Etsy. It's at that moment you realize that you are an alpaca addict. But, hold up here. This next one is very shocking. And then you hit rock bottom. Your wife and family come in and find your laptop open and find that you've been surfing the dark web and looking at shaved pictures of alpacas. It's then that your friends and family know they must get involved. They must steer you away from this evil habit. And they plan an alpaca intervention. They sit down with you. They talk with you. They convince you to sell your 500 alpacas and for you to join the local chapter of Alpacas Anonymous. Thank you. I'm Dave Porter.